So, Andrew, at the end of 90 minutes, verdict?
Well, I'm disappointed, obviously. That's the first feeling, but I'm a realist, and when you're a Scottish ex-player and fan, you have days like this where you've had disappointment. The game, in all honesty, the biggest difference in the two sides, there wasn't much between them, but the biggest difference was they were much better in the last third than we were. They were much more threatening and had Schick, Patrik Schick. But I thought we did okay up to a point. But we were never clinical enough. We had 4 or 5 half-decent chances that you have to take. They scored 2 magnificent goals.
They did a lot of that, didn't they? I thought they got the body in the way. They blocked really very well today.
2 and 3 in the second half as well, Richard, that they did extremely well. But I just think our weaknesses showed up today. That's what I feel. I really do.
I think your weakness in your performance was the tournament experience. I thought it was a really nervous performance by Scotland. I think there was a lot of bad decision making. You know, it was won by 2 moments of magic from Schick. You can argue that. They defended really well, but I just thought the whole occasion, first game, fans at Hampden, and it kind of the pressure of a must-win game because...
well, it was, Jason, you're right.
You might have been better playing England in your first game.
I think we would have been better playing any of the other two first.
The other 2, yeah.
Just to get us off and running.
Yeah.
And if you lose it, you can still go again.
Because you think, you know...
But the pressure was on to win this one, yeah, you're right.
They played more emotionally than they did tactically and technically, and that was the difference. I mean, they were okay, but towards the second part of the second half, they put a little bit more pressure. They put more players forward, Scotland, and they created a lot of chances.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we watch this goal time and time again.
No.
Yes,
Jack
go wide. Jack Henry just shifts it wide.
Yeah, got to go wide.
Okay. That doesn't happen in Scotland. Are still in a football match, but it's, what can I say? I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't enjoy that. It was a magnificent finish.
I think it was good for him that he didn't have to have a touch to take a shot. The ball had the perfect angle. You see, he bounced it with the perfect angle, and he could have hit it perfectly.
Look at the bend on that there.
Just counted it. He had 4 looks. First one when he's on the edge of the circle, his own half.
Yeah.
Just kept checking where the keeper was.
Stunning.
Oh, brilliant.
Stunning.
He's got form though. I think he's just signed for Leverkusen, hasn't he? Re-signed a new contract. He suffered with a few injuries, but that performance will do him no harm. I mean, this is a great platform in it for players like him to showcase. Wouldn't surprise me if David Moyes is on the phone to his teammate Souček and
see little things that
we get him for 4 million.
Moyes will.
Yeah. Maybe little things like that didn't go our way. I mean, they hit the frame of the goal early in the second half. That might have made a difference. That deflection might have made a difference. There were a couple of things that, on another day, might have changed the game for Scotland, but it wasn't to be. It really wasn't. I think this is the best of them all. Lyndon Dykes. I know it arrives quick, but he's 8 yards out, and at that level, I think you have to stick it away.
I think it took them too late. It was too late to try to change it. I still insist that he should have made probably a forward change straight after the first half, because they were not producing enough quality to threaten them, and they needed so.
I'm going to tell you what disappointed me, Jan. I mentioned to you in the break. You know, Scotland are chasing a game, right? We're 1-0 down at half-time. We said you should make a change. Che Adams comes on, positive, right? And then I said about an hour in, we need to change system. We need to change the shape of our team and go to a 4. Now, we took off Jack Henry and we thought, and I thought, good, at least we'll go 4, 3-3 or 4-4, whatever you want. But have a go then. And I looked up after about 5 minutes, because you don't get the wide shot here. And I looked up and I see Scott McTominay playing as the right-sided centre-back.
Up the 3.
Of a 3. Now, I don't get that. So we actually changed nothing. And why would a coach do that? Is it just he thinks that the personnel he's bringing on is better than McTominay?
I agree with you. It's exactly what we were calling after the first half. You needed something more going forward because you're not producing enough. You were only relying on second balls or maybe a free kick, but the game required something different.
So the plus points would be that it's out of the way, so there need not be the same nerves next time.
Did you say you're looking for plus points?
Yes. I
Okay.
thought keeper did well. Midfield, we're always asking questions. I mean, you can't walk away from that and say that was a real disappointment. It wasn't, was it?
Yeah.
The result is. The result is. But you've got 2 games to come.
That's what matters, isn't it? And the fact that they haven't lost in 4 against the Czechs, will be a real disappointment to the players because they would have expected to have won today.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Richard, about things where I said that, we had good possession of football. If you look at the possession stats, there's nothing in it, I don't think. We might have just shaded possession. We had attempts, but very few on target. That's a disappointment.
But you didn't expect many, did you? That wouldn't be something that would disappoint you because you knew that before you actually came in the game.
We knew that, yeah. Midfield did okay, but never really got enough threatening midfield players, I didn't think, into the high areas of the football pitch often enough. And then the inability of Steve to change it from what he was playing. He just changed personnel. He never changed system. And I thought, when it went to 2, we had to then change system. If we lost another one, so what?
Exactly.
So what?
Might as well get big 3, 4 rather.
So I'm a little disappointed with that. But you're right.
No, I don't see. You don't want to get beaten 4 with an England game on the horizon. You want to take something from it.
But they wouldn't get beaten 4.
We would have gone to a 4 at the back. He wouldn't have got 4 or 5.
I mean, in all honesty, if it hadn't been for Davis Marshall making about 4 or 5 really good saves, we might have got beaten 4. But when we're 2-0 down and searching in our first game for something, I mean, even a goal, I'm saying to Jan the last couple of minutes, get a goal. At least leave the crowd with a positive of scoring, and we just weren't able to do it. So, yeah, it's disappointing. Is it devastating? No. And I know the country, I know what we're like, and I said to you guys, we're likely to beat England and then get beat by Croatia and go out in goal difference. That's no, honestly, that's what happened.
Yes, it would.
And it wouldn't surprise any Scot.
Reaction then, let's hear from John McGinn.